Hey friends, and welcome back. So today we are going to get our first plants in the ground on the homestead. Now anybody who you talk to, the first thing they tell you to do is to go out and get your fruiting plants. We're talking about like fruiting trees and berry bushes, stuff like that. Stuff that you need to get in the ground. It's going to take a couple years to get a really good harvest off of, but they're going to provide for you for many, many years to come. We've been on our property here now since August, and we've been working slowly to clear some land because I needed to get a spot cleared to put in these berry bushes. Now we still don't have room for our orchard yet, but the berry bushes, getting them going is a step in the right direction. Today we're going to get that done. Now it's really important that I get this done today because we have rain coming tonight and over the next several days. So the rain will naturally water in my berry bushes for me. I won't have to waste our precious water resources to do that. This is using nature to work for you, and that is always my goal. When you're an off-grid homestead like we are, you really have to conserve your resources. So our power, our water, our fuel, stuff like that, we always try to get the most out of it and to conserve what we can. So when it comes to water, anytime that we're expecting rain, that is the perfect time for me to do things like put plants in the ground or turn my compost so the rain will water it for me. So I've already got my compost pile broken down over here so the rain can come and water it down. But now I got to get these berry bushes in the ground. I have 3 main types of berry bushes that we're going to put in the ground, and I think I've got 2 of each type. So let's see what they are. Now, fair warning, all of these did come from Lowe's. So they were kind of an impulse buy one day, and they've been sitting outside for several weeks, maybe almost 2 months, waiting on me to plant them, and I'm going to get it done today. I have blueberries. They have Tiff Blue and Jersey in here. Raspberries. I have Brandywine and Red Amity and blackberries. And these are thornless blackberries. And I've got Arapaho. I have no idea if that's how you say that or not. Arapaho. I don't know. That word. And this one, this Uchida or Wachi, I don't know. Y'all, I don't know how to pronounce these names. I'm sorry. If you want to blame anybody, blame the town I grew up in. We have an area called Armurchie, but it is spelled Armuchee, and it's Armurchie, but there's only one R. I don't know. It's how it happens sometimes in the South. We can't always pronounce things very well, but you get the whole point. Now, where am I putting these berry bushes at? I want all of my berry bushes back here behind me in front of that fence line. What I'm going to actually do is make a fence of berry bushes. And so there's going to be all different kinds. My blueberries are going over on this side because this side of our homestead has the most shade. And it's going to remain that way, because our house will be here in front of me and we want that sun to be shaded from hitting our house. This will keep us much, much cooler in the summer because we don't have the power to run an AC unit. It just doesn't happen with our small solar powered system. So that shade is not going away. I've got to learn to work with it. And so while I won't get as big as a harvest as I would if they were in a completely sunny area, blueberries can actually deal with some shade. They only need 6 hours of sunlight, preferably more, but they only need 6 hours of sunlight. My raspberries and blackberries, however, prefer more sun with no shade. So that's why they're going in the spaces that they are. My blueberries are over here. My raspberries are going to be behind us, and then my blackberries are going to be over there. Raspberries spread, and so I want them to have the spot to spread with my blueberries on the end and my blackberries on the end and my raspberries in the center. All right, so we're going to start over here on the end where my blueberries are, and then we'll just work our way down. So a few things to note about how I'm going to do this. One, I will be mixing rabbit manure into each of these holes. We have meat rabbits, and we always try to make the best out of everything we have, and rabbit poop is fantastic for gardening. It is a great fertilizer. It is cold poo, cold compost, however you want to say it, meaning it won't scorch your plants. It doesn't need to set and break down. It is perfectly ready to use straight from the rabbit's butt and into your garden. Another thing you'll see me do is with my blueberries. Blueberries love acidic soil. There are two things my homestead has plenty of that will make a soil more acidic, and that is pine needles, which are everywhere behind me as you can see, and coffee grounds. We drink a lot of coffee. And now my uncle, I can remember, he's the only one in my family I have ever known to garden. And I can remember him being out there gardening, and he would always put coffee grounds in his acid-loving plants, the soil around them, and then every year he would sprinkle more coffee grounds around them, things like tomatoes and stuff. And he swore it made them bigger and better. So, knowing that coffee grounds can make my soil more acidic, I have been saving mine up for the past few mornings, and we're going to put them in our blueberry spots. Yeah, we don't want no sticks in here. This big long container, my little bitty blueberries here.
Got dirt, it got dirty. Yeah.
You gonna help me cover our blueberry?
Yeah.
Okay, well help me.
Yeah.
I just put wood chips around it. That'll help keep the grass from growing up right next to it, and it will hold in moisture, and it kind of serves as a visual reminder that there's a plant there. Don't step on it. Okay, so the next berry bush we're gonna plant is our raspberries.
Yeah. 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 No.
Now, as far as dirt goes, we have extremely sandy soil. Now, if you dig more than a foot down, you're gonna get to clay. But this top part is all sand with a little bit of organic matter mixed in. So it actually makes some pretty good soil. The thing was, this was all cotton fields, and it was very sandy. And then it was left dormant for many, many years. The land was handed down from generation to generation and split up as the generations went, where people sold off land and stuff. These trees have stood on this property, not being touched, not being taken care of or anything, and they've just dropped their leaves. Animals have moved through and dropped their manure, and it's all just composted right here, naturally, just broken down and added more organic matter to the soil. So we actually have fairly decent soil. It is a little more sandy than I would like it to be, but I prefer this over straight up red clay. And in case you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm estimating distances using my own feet size, so. All right, we'll put this one right here.
I made it.
Okay, all of our berry bushes are planted. They each got rabbit manure. They each got mulch. The blueberries got additional coffee grounds in them to make the soil more acidic, and pine straw to make it more acidic. I have a pump bottle of fertilizer. I will go through and put a couple pumps on each one. I'll show that to you in just a second. And then when the rain comes tonight, it will water in my berry bushes, and it'll water in that fertilizer. So this is what I'm using. Dr. Earth's Homegrown Organic Pump and Grow. All you have to do is squirt a couple pumps onto whatever you need fertilized, and then whenever it's watered, it waters that fertilizer in. I have also actually squirted this into my waterer before, and then when I water it, I'll water and fertilize that way. But I really love that I can just go ahead and squirt it on each plant, and then when it gets watered in, when it rains or whatever, it automatically fertilizes that plant. It stinks, but I had really good success with it last year. So right here at the base of the plant, and I do about 2 or 3 pumps of the thing. And that's it. That's all I have to do. Okay, so that's it. That's all I'm doing. I got 6 berry bushes planted today that will provide food for my family for many, many years to come. It feels good to finally have something that we planted here on the homestead. We keep cutting things down and taking things out that's grown or overgrown in this wild property we have. But it feels good to put back something that we will enjoy. So I'm super excited. It feels like we're finally kicking off the garden season. Now for each of these plants, I will continue to mulch them as this mulch breaks down. I want to keep a thick layer of mulch on them to help hold in all of that moisture, help hold in all of the nutrients, and just to keep those plants safe from weeds. I will continue that throughout my entire garden. Everything's going to get mulched. At least, a few inches of mulch on everything. That will cut back on my watering because I'm a lazy gardener. I do not water a whole lot, and if it requires to be watered every day, it's gonna die. Have you planted berry bushes? If you have, what have you planted? And let me know how it's went for you. But for now, friends, bye. We'll see y'all next time.